However can heal. Brewmaster can ult. Death Prophet has multiple ways to heal, and Weaver can just time lapse. So, like normally you want Venomancer ulti versus heroes that don't have a good way to deal with the ulti. Like Sven, for example. Sven can't really do that much about the ulti. But maybe we'll see a right-click Venomancer build. Doubtful, but
no.
One can hope.
Do you want to keep your eye on Owie this game and figure out how he got so much farm? Because I have a feeling he's going to do it again. I'm like concerned that I want to try this out in my pubs at a certain point. He was able to get so much really early on there.
He's been getting a lot of farm since like TI5.
I know, but I want to know how. Player with the least deaths. Who does that sound like to you? Maybe a Fata?
Maybe an AUI? MSS. MSS is pretty good.
Okay. Last hits at 7 minutes.
Who has the easiest lane?
They're all dead!
Maybe a DP?
Yeah, I think DP probably has the easiest. Jug, it could be Jug though too.
Who's gonna be in Jug's lane? It's gonna be MSS.
Yeah, okay, let's go with Fada there.
Ancient Stacks camp.
That's a 0-5. Oh, Venomancer though. It's a med Veno.
By 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 0-5.
We got some XDs drawn on the... I like that. They're pinging on the map, so that way it creates an X and then they're going D. That's next level. And teams with the most runes picked up. Last one. How about... Hellraisers are going to be moved around a lot. I'll take them for that.
Fair enough.
All right, Cloud9 heading out. I believe Pylai spotted that ward. Should be able to get a fairly easy D ward, I would imagine.
Get your predictions. If you get 25, I think you get 1 level during the group stage.
Oh, yeah.
Have you gotten yours yet?
I don't think so, because we've only been in like 1 game at a time.
I got mine.
You did?
Yeah. Predict better, dude. Actually, I didn't get the 999 GPM, so I lost.
Yeah. That's the real prediction test right there.
They're all dead!
The real question that I have this game is Envy going to build a pipe on Weaver?
It's not bad versus Veno, but I really don't want to say that it's good this game.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I mean, it's been sort of working. Like the past couple days, they've been able to pull together wins. And
have you seen their record?
I mean, there's wins on that record, right?
Yes, but it's still heavily in the negative category. They are 5-10, 33% win rate.
Yeah. I will have to say that I like the way that Cloud9 was playing Dota leading up to the TI.
I completely agree with that. Like, that was good.
Yeah.
On a scale of building pipe on Weaver to LFY, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. It's around an IGV. All right, so movement out across the mount. This is a close contender for new best taunt as well, MSS on the Brewmaster. And it looks like they're going to be sitting J4 in the mid lane, along with Owie here, to help out their mids in this battle of Farm Wars. Yeah, and this is really frustrating to play against. Look at him, he's just going for the taunt and the walk away. He might be in a little bit of trouble though. The spin's coming through. MSS maybe gone too far. Is he going to end up falling? The answer is
Why'd
yes.
I put MSS?
First blood going to Swift Ending.
That is so much damage. Time to get a stick Swift Ending?
Well, I think this is part of the reason why Cloud9 also wanted to go for the Weaver. It's that like traditional counter to a lone druid in lane.
Is it?
I think
one-on-one, it's pretty bad, I would actually say, for Weaver.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought because you can like get in behind where the actual lone druid is, you can deal damage to him.
Yeah, you can, but you have to deal with this big honking bear that's in your face. It does a ton of damage. 3-3 in a really sticky situation. TP, well, TP to T2 and careful. Yo, he has no stat on his bear.
It seems unlikely to actually be able to do a ton.
Oh, one of the other most memorable games that I casted was a lone druid who had a stout shield on his hero instead of his bear for like the first 15 minutes of the game, and he got crushed as a result.
Oh no. Well, 3-3 aware that that's not going to happen for him, at the very least. So, he has the bear brought out. No stout shield yet on the bear either, like you were saying. Does have a Quelling Blade. But it looks like he's going to be relegated to the jungle, whereas MSS can get a little bit more out of the lane creeps. Like, how much worse is it having to go to the jungle now as an offlaner?
I think he can just get 3 and go back.
So you don't think it's that big of a deal then?
I think it's bad if you're permanently in there, but
Yeah.
if you're just there for a few levels, get a bounty rune here or there, get like a level 3 that you need, not so bad.
Well, DP in the mid's been able to get off to a nice little start here. Kaiser with the DD 16 and 5, and it does look like, at least for now, pretty even farm across each of those lanes, with nobody really that intent upon moving around, with the exception of being able to pick up some bounty runes. Pylai Dai is heading mid. Don't know if he can do anything there. Is he looking for something? Like, it feels like it'd be a really hard kill to make.
Is it that hard? Double slow? Arctic Burn plus Spirit Siphon? It's not bad.
Okay.
I wonder if Fada's actually going to try and bait out the cogs. Might be a pretty good move for him to do here.
Let's walk in there. Does bait out the cogs. Spirit Siphon comes out. You called it. He did it. And Kaiser maybe going to die. Right click comes through. The salve as well. Owie. He gets the last little touch. Finds that kill. Fata lives through it all.
That was a little blatant on the cog baiting, though.
Yeah.
He actually got caught by the cogs, too. He could have just popped his... he popped his clarity and then he just ran in deliberately. Like, no one's going to purposely get their clarity canceled. You want to make it kind of seem like it's not that obvious of a bait, but it worked. Although, Fada does have to go home as a result because of the cog bait. Baited.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a weird one, but it ends up working out for him.
He's ruining your most CS prediction. How do you feel about that?
It makes me a little bit sad, I'm not going to lie. Maybe he can catch up in a little bit, or maybe we'll see some more rotations to find kills. I guess that's the thing, too, is that, like, at the end of the day, you can't really count on it since they're so mobile.
The bear, no! Oh, okay.
They get him? Oh,
That's really close.
Oh, 90 HP. I'd love to get that one. Nice little influx of gold, but not going to happen.
Is he going to TP back or just resummon? Okay, we'll just be a resummon. He's like, screw this. I'm out. Arctic Burn does so much damage. Health burn, 9% per second.
Back to the jungle. Yeah, it's really good against the bear. Like, even just naturally against the hero with relatively, all you have to hold that thought is, MSS has been caught, taking a lot of damage, and no great way for him to escape. Can't even get off the clap before he drops. So, bullying of MSS in the off lane. Hellraiser's putting stuff together.
It's going to be the first hero to die and the hero to die the most. Nice prediction, Ben. Nice prediction.
Okay. Winter Wyvern is wrapped around the entire way, lays down a ward, but they spotted him out. Now Owie shows up. They want to try and find a kill here. He's somehow still living for the moment, but probably not for that much longer. And Fata trying to kill off J4 is going to be able to get that kill. Hellraisers brought forward themselves, though. And so Cloud9 lose 2 in the mid lane.
What sick cog positioning, though, by Milan. Yeah, he died, but... Or, sorry, by J4. He blocked the Winter Wyvern from being able to escape over the trees. That was sick. And he also trying to block the DP away from Spirit Siphoning the bear. Okay. Value try.
It's always good to see. So, Kaiser going for the 2-1-2 build. Occasionally you see another point up in the Poison Sting. Not sure if that's what they're going to decide to go for here or not. But do you think that if you're this Venomancer, you want to start like just laying out the wards over and over again and pushing down towers, or they're dealing a lot of damage to Kaiser?
least some of those. He's not really making use of too much of his mana regeneration. He needs to slow down this push.
Has 11 stick charges, had the 3rd point in wards now, and it's going to try and keep them from diving him too much at the very least.
Envy just got a free tower on bottom. That's why you don't want to jungle too much.
Yeah. So as far as the bear build goes, is there anything that you really try and change around? I'm not seeing 3/3 pick up a Midas at all.
Mask of Madness.
Is he really doing it?
Yeah, that's pretty good on bear.
Okay.
I'm just worried about his bear getting owned by Arctic Bird and Spirit Siphon. Both percent based spells.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah. Maybe Blade Mail?
Blade Mail Bear.
I like Blade Mail Bear. Except for the Mask of Madness, but you can only get that like 3rd item.
It does cost a decent amount of mana compared to his mana pool, right? Because Bear only sits with, what is that, 300? Yeah.
That's fine. Only takes 2 attacks.
Okay.
And he has some natural regen on the bear mana.
Well, the lane we haven't really talked about a ton with the exception of MSS dying is Swift Ending, who's been able to get level 7 now at 8 minutes in, has Omni Slash available. And they could think about, you know, trying to rotate him and find a kill with Omni, which is sometimes what we see out of Juggernauts. This Lone Druid is going to TP to the shrine and head back out again. I don't know, do you like the idea of Swift Ending moving around here, or do you think it's better for him to just stay in lane and try and push down the tower eventually?
This tower's so high HP that it's pretty difficult. Where else is he going to go? Bottom lane, killing a Weaver? No thank you.
Yeah.
Mid lane, perhaps, against a Weaver with ulti. And a Cold Embrace? Also unlikely. I think it's better suited just to get its farm on. There's no easy kills for him. They'd have to make like a massive maneuver, like 4 heroes, I would say, in order to get something onto the side lanes.
In fact, they do bring up the rest of Cloud9 to try and do something, but Swift Ending going to be able to TP out with no level 6 on the Wyvern, obviously. Also, we saw the Rubik, Milan, head out as well. So, final tally ends up being nobody dead, but maybe some pressure dealt onto the Tier 1 tower top since bottom's already gone.
AUI with Arcane and 500 gold again. Yeah, so he's doing pretty well in cold again. Just not dying, man. He doesn't have that much CS, but just in the right place to skirt by with the goose egg and the 0 death.
Cloud9 now in the mid, looking to maybe wrap around onto Kaiser. Fata, not enough mana for the ulti yet, but we'll have it if he pops the sticks. In fact, they might just use Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm to find that kill. Did get out the ulti from the Veno, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to kill off the rest of these Cloud9
He could
guys.
have stick TP. TP'd.
Yeah.
And then they would at least have gotten a Brewmaster ulti out of it. Another value shrine.
Yeah. 10 minutes in, get that shrine, ready to head back out again if they want. It still is really hard to take down these towers whenever a Venomancer's in lane. I kind of like why our Envy's been sort of sticking to these side lanes and getting damage on it whenever they get an opportunity.
Oh, straight Mask of Madness. Wow, that bear owned that tower. I was like, what happened?
They caught themselves Pili die, but now the Brewmaster ulti comes out as well. Aoi is off to the side here. They don't have Veno ulti. Swift Ending getting ran down. He gets hit by the boulder. A good bit of damage. They also have that Spirit Form trying to chase Swift Ending. Can they actually kill him off, though? The lift up onto the Clockwork and more damage being dealt. The clap to finish. MSS gets out. Now the Exorcism pop. Fata dropping low, though, is going to die to Milan. And now, with the bear doing so much damage, Impale stolen, Cloud9 caught in an awkward spot and going to drop because of it.
Really underestimated just Mask of Madness bear. Show fight recap. Look at the damage.
1,800.
I think he had DD for like 2/3 of the fight, but that's still ridiculous. It's an off-lane lone druid.
Yeah. So is this the hidden strat that they hadn't used in a while? The Drunken Haze a little bit frustrating, certainly.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised he went for a physical damage build. But can't always keep it up on the Spirit Bear.
And
Kind of old sometimes.
tried to kill off the courier, ends up getting caught instead. No chance for a time lapse, and that is actually also going to be the swarm stolen. Wowza. Wanted to try and turn that, but didn't end up happening.
Classic Envy. Doesn't show up for the team fight. He got a fair amount of damage on T2 on top, but his team definitely took a beating over there.
You have to wonder if that might have been different had they been able to have enough extra damage coming out from the Weaver, but
He did end up getting more gold though because of the, what, chicken? Wait, he didn't.
chicken. Pylai Day also getting some nice levels. He has been able to get level 3 in Splinter Blast, which helps a lot against this push. Not quite enough to one-shot range creeps, but getting close to it. And it looks like top lane, Envy with the Force Staff first. Just trying to do anything he can to stay alive. This is like, feels like it's his build now. It's the new pipe.
This game I can understand because it was versus the Fog. Last game, he didn't really need it, I would say. He was farming a lot of time, but he does feel a lot safer with it. Milan looking for him.
Milan does have level 6. They're going to be able to steal Sakuchi, get the lift up, but just going to back out again. Hellraiser's taking the tower. Winter Wyvern is here. Pops the Arctic Burn, trying to bring him down low. The rest of Hellraisers get into the angle. They're able to pop the ulti now, connects onto the Jug. He's not nearly going to be brought down quickly enough, and MSS pops the ulti as well. Fata getting controlled by these cogs and getting taken down. Kaiser almost able to kill him off, and they are going to be able to. A second exorcism with barely anything done. Another lift up onto the Clockwork. They're fighting nearby a shrine. This could be bad for Hellraisers. They don't quite get the Venomancer, though, and he manages to get his ulti off. Now Pylai Die being controlled. They're going to be able to get off the Omni Slash, and with the spin, this should be enough to kill him, even through that Cold Embrace and the Shrine Heal. Hellraisers just dealing so much damage, and now they're going to be able to TP out. Do not believe, well, they will be able to kill off this Clockwork as Milan tries to run away, and it looks like he'll be able to. Does Sakuchi out? They ping out that he could be in this area, but so hard to keep up with that Milan Rubik.
Oh, Shikuchi, what a great spell to steal.
Yeah. So, Hellraiser's putting stuff together, looking fairly strong here. Do you think that they can keep up this momentum? As Kaiser might end up dying.
Do I think they can keep up this momentum? I think Venomancer's net worth is actually a little bit low. I think he needs to be farming those... he's on dire side, so he can farm those 3 camps with the Ancients very consistently. I think he should be much, much higher. Maybe closer to where Swift Ending is, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that it is still a push strat, but certainly needing that net worth to keep up, and DP hasn't really gotten a good ulti off either.
Oh yeah, that's so sad for Fata.
Yeah.
He needs a Yules badly. He also just split up MSS in a little bit of trouble and gets hookshot. J4 with the plays.
The fear there as well. Aoi trying to save the life of his offlaner, but it's not going to happen, and Envy comes in maybe a bit too late here. Bear also chasing along. It's going to try and keep them away. Has Savage Roar available and can get the poof off in a second. Actually, ends up missing with it. They find the Impale, and that's going to be a bear kill, it looks like.
Maybe he can do some tree shenanigans.
Oh, run it. Wants to find it. Envy gets a kill. Oh, he wants it. Jukes.
He can't return.
Oh, man.
Masked.
The downside, the build. But he still gets out. So Bear lives.
Cloud9's teamwork is just not what it was 1 month ago. Like, they are just not on the same page. Fata keeps dying without any help. Envy, he could have perhaps been their bottom to save MSS with the Force Staff up there. He wasn't there early on in the fight up top. Died by himself trying to snipe a chicken. There's just been big lack of teamwork overall from their team. Okay, now Kaiser is doing an Ancients, however, it will be an Ancient Sack on the north side, favoring this on the south side. Closer to his team so he can fight more often.
Yeah. And he's been able to get off a couple of pretty good ultis, almost level 12 too to get that level 2 ultimate out. But it is Hellraisers trying to find themselves a position to push some more. They have a pipe on Venomancer now as well, so a lot of defensive items. Owie, Vendetta. 3-3 is by him. They are in true form. MSS tries to pop the ultimate. They're going to be able to find that kill.
Great silence. He was about to get the return into the Savage Roar, but smoke kill for the position 3. Lotru looks like he's going to go for a super late Midas too. Seeing it as quick buy. It could be like a 22-minute Midas.
That would be...
They're finally together though on Cloud9. That's great. Jug TP'd bottom too, so they can't really mount a great defense. It just has to be Veno trying his best to stall with wards.
Yeah. Milan will steal Trip Swarm as well, so double...
That's painful.
Yeah, it's a lot. And he actually has kind of a mana pool enough to sustain it. And with that, actually, Cloud9 are going to back out again. A little bit unfortunate, but it's the strength of Rubik. Really good at being able to de-push, really good at being able to just cause problems. Now 18 minutes into the game, we are looking at a 3,000 net worth lead for Hellraisers.
Okay, Lone Druid went for Maelstrom instead. I think that's better.
It still doesn't really solve the problem of Drunken Haze when MSS just spams that out on him.
Yeah, I think they can put enough pressure though on the Brewmaster. Like I think he can die in like a lift if they connect the much on him. So because he has to feel panic all the time in order to get his ult off, he's not gonna be able to Drunken Haze. But he can still cyclone. So yeah, it doesn't really solve the issue of being able to deep brew. Luckily, he's like not that farmed though, so he's not that big of a priority for Cloud9. It's not like they're having a huge damage loss by the bear being up all the time, or up in the air, rather.
I'm kind of wondering also with Brew, he's going back for a Midas. We also, I think, are going to see one on the Nyx Assassin. He has 2,000 gold. Could decide to go for a Blink, but if Cloud9 do invest into all these Midases, we're seeing Hellraisers go for much more early pushing items. The drum on the Rubik and, you know, Manta Style is there for the Juggernaut. They might just get ran down if they're not careful with their itemization.
Shouldn't be too big of a risk, I think. I think Death Prophet, if she's on the defensive fighting at her tower, I think she's in a much better spot. But right now they're pushing a lot and she's getting ganked away from the tower, so she's dying. But if she can get Exorcism off and stay alive for more than 5-10 seconds, I think they'll be fine and they'll win the team fight. So I don't really think they're at that big of a risk of being pushed down right now, even though there is like the pipe of the benefits and drums on the Rubik. And they have the Winter Wyvern to stall out the pushes and keep Fada alive. But they do place a trap at the Shrine Weaver. Is he gonna walk in? Got Envy almost, but not quite. No cigar. It looks like Owie is actually going to be doing the Blink Dagger thing instead. So even if it would have been a possibility, it's not going to... I think one of them is fine now.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the cool build. Venomancer going back afterwards, or rather Clockwork going back afterwards for the Halberd.
Unusual.
Yeah, there's not a ton of right-clickers really on Cloud9. Mainly it's just Envy, and even him, he's not really dealing the most damage in the world. But Fata, going to be Cold Embraced, pops the Exorcism, the first one that's going to be allowed to complete fully, as Roshan is going to drop, and nobody in range by Hellraisers to be able to come and contest.
They were worried about a smoke wraparound, but come on, they're playing this. Expect as much. They have a lot of ways to scout too. Venomancer wards, the Lone Druid Bear, and the Clockwork Hookshot. That's 3 ways, and not putting any of their heroes really at risk of dying. But C9, next level maneuvers, next level rotating tactics.
Can they next level again with the next Exorcism? That's the other thing we got to look out for now. It looks like Fada wants to build into a BKB. completely understandable given that there's a Venomancer in this game. And Weaver with the Aegis, might be time for Envy to think about pushing with the rest of his team to at least maybe take down a couple of these tier 2 towers.
BKB? I don't know how I feel about that. He has a Wyvern on his team,
Yeah.
so that's why I don't think you necessarily need one. BKB blocks a lot of clockwork damage.
A lot of
And
Kaiser damage.
Venom damage. But he could have also gone for a foot. It's a little bit cheaper, and it's less detrimental for him late game. Maybe he doesn't rely. I think his line of reasoning is that he can't rely on Yules because Junk's usually built diffusal, but he doesn't know that Junk's actually not going for diffusal yet, and it has a Maelstrom in his quick buy instead.
Yeah. We'll see if he does decide to actually finish that off. I guess there's always the possibility he does go back for diffusal.
Okay, he went for Octarine instead. I like Octarine more. BKB is just like... If it were a Radiance Bear, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if Junk had Diffusal, then maybe. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
Milan able to keep on stealing Sakuchi. Always a great thing for him, and Milan is actually bringing him somewhat low. Envy doesn't want to end up losing the Aegis here like this. Oh man, Owie almost caught him as well. Good jump out with that Sentry Ward, and now Milan gets caught by the Impale, but they don't have the vision. Now the Omni Slash actually ends up transferring over. And they won't find that kill. Omni Slash down.
Unlucky bounces.
Now you've got more caught here. And Owie is just dead. It was a 3-person silence. They have the Manta style as well, so Fenning could think about turning onto this, but with no Omni Slash, like the best in the world, he does have to spin and then go immediately out of it.
Oh my god.
J4 in trouble.
He tried to cog, and then he tried to right-click his cog, and then he missed because of the Drunken Haze. And he was stuck in there. Oh, that's sad.
I didn't quite catch a sight of that. That's really... It's an interesting interaction, to say the least.
Cog TP is a bit safer for him. Again, forcing out Brute ults with stun is pretty important. Without Nyx, they don't have that many ways to cancel TP.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah, I need to like commit an ultimate for it or something.
Yeah.
Well, 24 minutes into it, the slow build of the lead by Hellraisers is being accentuated further and further as we're 6,000 gold up and almost 4,000 experience. But it doesn't really feel like it's a firm grasp by any means. You know, tier 2 towers are sort of steadily falling, but as Kaiser is going to get caught out there by rotation, they'll find these pickoffs. They're still losing towers though.
Yeah, Envy's getting really big though.
Yeah.
Pretty massive.
MSS also just finished his Hand of Midas. Maybe they're trying to bait this out here. Vata, Spirit Siphon, they show up, get the fear, and now Bear on Bear action, starting to eat him up. 3-3 already dropping low and might just end up dying. He had a buddy nearby him, but Milan just says, I don't want any part of that. And runs away, and now Envy diving in. He ends up getting caught in the cogs. Looks like they actually don't want to try and take this fight. Impale a little bit off the mark. J4 still alive for the moment. They are going to Omni Slash, turn, kill off one, maybe going to kill off another. He ends up getting caught by the Spike Carapace stolen from Milan, and Aegis now down. Oh, it could have been a little bit better for Cloud9, but I expect nonetheless.
Brewmaster's fighting in the fight. They weren't able to use Exorcism with Arcane Ring, but we'll get it off the first time. Nice silence coming out there.
Yep. Still holding on to that Manta. Swift Ending if you want to use it. It's going to drop the Healing Ward as well.
I dare you to kill that Envy.
He wants to.
I know he does. He's plus 75, plus 75.
Oh, they got him caught again in the Sakuchi in. Great play by Milan. Almost able to kill him with the Spike Carapace damage, but it's not quite there. And still slowing down Envy for the moment. They aren't going to be able to lift him back out. Everybody gets out. Really good play there by Cloud9.
Wow. He could have Manta'd for that extra little bit of damage. He could have cast crit on command. he could have. They didn't get the ulti off on anyone on Venomancer. Venomancer, like he always feels like he's one item behind. Like, maybe not even necessarily committing for the full entire pipe. Could have been good for him. He doesn't have Pike. He doesn't have Blink. It looks like Swift Ending just gonna get pummeled in Vid.
Yeah, they even used the Winter Wyvern ultimate for that, just to ensure that he couldn't spin TP out. And that's a big problem. Like, so often Juggernauts rely upon that as their get agile free card. Not this game. Okay, so Cloud9 now striking back in a big way. They've taken down the tier 2 tower just about in the top lane and looking to maybe set up for more. They can manage to find somebody.
You know what Lundra is getting to deal with the load or deal with the bear? Oh, that's a split. Okay.
He does have stick charges, but yeah, seems unlikely to be able to live through that one. And they'll be able to kill off these wards as well. Things looking a lot better for Cloud9 again. As the tower going to take some more damage, but Lone Druid pushing in the bottom lane. So, in your estimation, do you feel like Cloud9's still very comfortable in this one? Is there anything they need to be like really worried about?
I think super late game, even like 20 minutes from now, I think Hellraiser's skills are a lot better.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shot misses.
Brick stick.
Because the Spirit Bearer is getting really big, and then once he gets the BKB, he can actually start dishing out a lot of damage, especially to weak like Nixus, and Nixus hates BKBs.
Yeah, that plus 50 Spirit Bear damage is pretty great talent at level 15. Particularly when you start dealing that damage to the towers. Just that siege engine. Monster.
Yeah, and Venom will eventually get right now. Normal Venom damage is probably like maybe like 150, 120, like 150% of the highest other damage dealer in the game. And I can't really see his damage on right now, but it's probably like way lower than anything.
Oh, Cold Embrace, save an owie there. Again, a really nice play. Milan did steal Vendetta and now is going to be running around once he decides to use that. Swift Ending was slightly gone on, but... So Omni Slash down, Clockwork finishes off his Hand of Midas. It does really feel like Hellraisers are getting set up for the later game, and this is even without 3-3 really showing up in the fight, so he can keep the split push going bottom to his heart's content.
Yeah, eventually he can get eggs too. And Cloud9, they have to team fight to push high ground, and they aren't. I don't know if they're going to be able to get to that point where they can actually split push out the lanes, but 3-3 might get caught out by AUI over here.
And Envy looking as well. They found eyes on him. The damage is there as well as the bugs. 3-3 trying to take it off of him for the moment. We'll be able to do it. Howie's still here. They're bringing in Milan also. And Cloud9, they're tempting fate. I don't know if this is going to end up working out for them, though. There's still the Vendetta in the area. He might drop down a Sentry Ward. Milan. The rest of Hellraisers are coming in. They got to realize that something's happening. Are they going to go on him? Tell they want to. All right, they decide to go. Now they jump forward. Milan's caught himself a Brewmaster. The Brew is gone. And now Cloud9 need to run away with the rest of their heroes. The problem is that they also have a creep wave here, Hellraisers. And the rest of Cloud9 is on the other side of the creeps. Are they going to push high ground with this?
It's going to be a little bit slow. They did manage to clear out the creep wave. Envy looks like he's trying to kill another one. But in the meantime, we'll see 3-3 just... His build is really good for sieging high ground.
Yeah.
This bear is going to...
He's got BKB now, too. Look at this thing. It's gone. All right, well, they end up going for the Winter's Curse and immediately going to be saved. He just backs out again. The bear still standing strong. He can go up with the next round of Mask of Madness if he wants, but they were able to kill off the creep waves at the very least.
I think you probably just BKB and take it down, but they don't have any creep wave. GG.
Do they know that there's no backdoor protection still? If they did, they probably would have gone in.
Hello, AUI. Just waiting for them to TP out.
Yeah, wanting to find a pick off.
Mojo coming around from behind.
Is this actually going to work? The Impale is off the mark. And now the rest of Hellraiser is going to end up TPing back home.
So, Kaiser, you're done. You don't even have to focus.
Yeah, he's given up his life for the cause.
Buy your item quickly! Don't lose your gold! No, Kaiser! Oh, you lost 300 gold.
That's a little unfortunate. He had some time to buy that.
Yeah. And he had like 1,000 gold exactly.
Okay, so next item up, 433, Deso. At least that's what he's got his quick buy for the moment. Seems like it could be pretty good. Yeah, it's very nice here. Cloud9 wanting to move in and take down Roshan for themselves. So
Pretty easy without the Inferno there. They don't have to be able to think. Too much physical, not enough magical. Cold Embrace will destroy them.
yeah. I mean, they're at least sort of over there.
Milan!
What?
Try to go for the steal.
Okay.
As a Rubik.
I was like, what the heck is happening? But he just ends up blowing up. All right, well, Milan ends up falling. And now it looks like Cloud9 are the ones who want to try and make this pressure happen on the mid lane. Fata Exorcism about to wear off. All the spirits come back in. But still the tower is starting to drop while 3-3 pushes down this bottom lane. And they're able to actually catch now onto Kaiser. He's in trouble. Envy diving for this one. They're bringing in the Clockwork, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Maybe not. Kaiser actually is going to live through that, and Envy still diving. Gets under the tier 4 towers, so they will actually not be able to escape. I think somebody needs to come back, though.
Odra trying to go for a base race.
I mean, Winter Wyvern can stand up here and do this, but Mask of Madness popped, and this tower is gone so quickly. They, again, drop the ultimate, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as Aoi is still up front and center. They're able to burn through all of the mana, can go for the Omni Slash after the fact if he wants to, and Aoi is down. Do they get anything more on top of this, though? Swift Ending has spin back up in a second, and actually didn't end up going for the spin TP. A little bit of a misplay there, and he'll be punished for it.
Awkward. Probably thought that his cooldown was up. Or something like that, and then pressed it right before it was up. Happens sometimes.
Yeah.
The Lone Druid, though, he's a big problem because they can't get to the team fight high ground push that they want. They got a big kill, and they had Aegis, but unable to capitalize on it. Probably need BOTs at some point too. Probably Weaver because he doesn't have any boots. It's a natural progression for him.
Well, and Weaver is level 21 now, has the 200 health. Didn't go for the Agi, just all about the survivability with his talents. But Cloud9 with a little bit of an edge in this one in terms of net worth, but it's swinging, I believe, soon into Hellraiser's favor. This Lone Druid
Kaiser?
is so hard to deal with. Oh, is he dead? Every time I look over, Kaiser's just getting owned.
That's been the story of this game.
Like,
Remember when he could have bought his item again? He could have had like 600 gold now and one of those without items. But gold management is hard.
yeah. The game is hard.
Oh, finally! They get to push mid when Lone Druid is not at their base. This is the dream.
All right, they're doing it. They got the lift. They got the Sakuchi away. Hellraiser's trying to hold on to their tier 3 tower desperately. And the glyph will come out. In the meantime, Bear is pushing top to take down the tier 2 tower. Should be able to secure that one at the very least, but it's a high price to pay. And, well, the jump forward, Rubik going to get caught, going to be killed off. They also dropped the Brew Split, and now Swift Ending in a lot of trouble. The physical damage is not nearly going to be enough coming from him, and the hook shot to try and turn it, not going to be there either. They still spike Carapace. That's not good enough. The lift up with the Rubik. But in the meantime, back at home, it is the Bear taking down the barracks. He's able to get down one at the very least. Can he get any more off the back of this 3-3? He's trying to TP back home, but it's not going to happen. He gets controlled, killed off, and now getting ran down by Pylai Die and Envy 3-3 dead. Ultra kill for Fata. and maybe going to be able to find some more. Eats the cheese. Is Swift even going to be able to kill him off? I'm not sure. They've still got the Spirit Siphon there. The silence onto several. Mantis style trying to make this happen, but if they can kill off Fata, might finally be some sort of small solace since they only took a range barracks. Gale there as well, but Fata is just too strong. Even against 3 or 4 heroes, he doesn't care. Octarine Core and Spirit Siphon are just too strong.
And they can maybe go on a little further now that Envy has finally arrived.
Haley barracks down. They're doing it. Cloud9. A big old win for them there. 5,000 net worth swing and 15,000 experience.
So much base damage.
Oh, and MSS has Ags. Didn't even see that.
Get the Drunken Haze.
Yeah.
Drunken Haze on the Store Panda.
Alright, well, still scouting. Aoi will run into a couple. It just feels like they need a gem or something, because Kaiser is going to keep on getting caught. The Impale doesn't manage to find him, but everything else will just about. He finally gets his Agnum Scepter, and unfortunately, looks like he is going to die in spite of that. Weaver holding on to that Aegis, just now being reclaimed, and Cloud9 on the verge of finishing off this series 2-0. Unless Hellraisers can come up with something spectacular. And honestly, at this point, it needs to be along the lines of a base race bottom.
Wow, that's a pretty strong finish. Coming out with 6 wins when they had 1. They were down in the dumps at the start of the group stage. And this is more of where I expected them to be. I had high hopes for Cloud9 going into the event, and they're still lacking in the teamwork. I don't know. They do have a couple of days to recoup before the group stage. However, their fate will be one because they are starting off.
I like I just killed the courier.
Frog.
Didn't have anything on it, but still pretty cool. And now the game becomes so hard too. Yeah, I would agree though. I kind of wonder how much of it was just that Cloud9 had very tough opponents through those first couple of days, and then like, you know, if you do run into issues, maybe there's some, you know, internal issues that come after the fact, and like that's why they weren't looking as good. I don't know. What do you think?
Their teamwork is just off. The simplest way I can put it. Like, remember we were casting that game yesterday and someone got jumped top and there were 4 TPs immediately? I've never seen that from Cloud9 this tournament. They're not all in to save their teammates and win some big team fight. And this is a Death Prophet strat too. Death Prophet generally promotes a lot of 5-man, a lot of group up, and I think they were down like 5, 6, 7,000 gold, and they started finally grouping up towards the top, where I think they should have been much. And I think better teams are going to be more aware of their tendencies too. Like, for example, when they smoked and decided to take Roach instead of actually take a team fight. The teams know that Cloud9 play this sort of style.
Yeah.
And also teams can just fight them a lot earlier because they know they aren't gonna beat together as 5 a lot of the time. So.
I was watching the newbie VP games as we might see a pickoff here on 3-3, trying to do what he can to find some split push. They're going to be able to control the bear and most likely him as well. The BKB pop, the TP away, but the Winter's Curse comes out, and the bear is now going to help in the death of his master. Poor lone druid getting ran at, getting killed, and just a little BM lift up with the Cyclone to boot. Immediately buys back.
He has the Ags on the bear.
Yeah.
And Fado was actually smart enough to kill the bear too. I don't think it was just him being greedy. He did, I believe, notice that the low druid did have Ags, so it's super important to kill the bear.
Yeah, but I was watching the VP newbie games, and it was like newbie was still doing the things where they would TP in like 4 heroes to fight mid, but then it was something where VP would bring 4 heroes to start. So it's like teams are already prepping for that type of style and being prepared for it. And yeah, it does sort of raise a lot of questions for sure. This team is going to look like going forward. 3-3 knows he has to split push, knows that he has to put the team on his back at this point, but it feels like it might be a fool's errand. They have got the lift up, able to take and catch that next assassin. Highlight eye there as well, And the hook shot off the mark, a little bit of a juke, a little bit of a jive. Highlight die, cool as a cucumber.
Don't go down without a fight, Hellraisers.
Uh-oh. That looks like that could be a really bad Winter's Curse, but good decision to back out before it happens. And seeing that there's creeps inside their base, Pylai could have an opening here. Honestly, if they just want to walk forward with the Exorcism, could be the death of him as well. Swift ending, walking forward. Milan there as well. They got the catch on the Pylai, the Yule Scepter lift up, keeping him alive for the moment, but still in trouble. Doesn't manage to get off that Winter's Curse, but they are going to be able to control and deal a lot of damage to Swift ending here. Off to the side, Aoi trying to open up onto Milan. He's going to be able to have a nice setup over here on the north side of the fight. Fata controlling Kaiser. He's silenced. Did get off the ulti, but there's just too much regen coming in from that Octarine Core. Swift ending also soon to die. The triple kill for Fata. J4 trying to hook away to make sure that he doesn't end up dropping. But it's only a delay of the inevitable. As the Winter's Curse comes out, GG ends up getting called. Cloud9 will get 6 wins and put themselves further up in the groups.
A bit of sad farewell to Team Hellraisers, who did unfortunately finish at the very bottom of Group B and will not be proceeding forth in this year's International. I feel for them. It hurts.